We're at a hospital and this guy is named Taegu. He's not just anybody, this dude is a stone-cold gangster, a real player in Chairman Yang's crew. But here's the thing, Taegu has this whole other life, a small family. His older sister and his adorable 5-year-old niece. His sister's got leukemia, so she's in and out of the hospital a lot. Today, Taegu's making time to pick them up. They are everything to him, seriously, his only family. Tonight is his niece's birthday. He gets her this brand new iPad, then sends them home with the driver while he stays behind to grab his sister's meds. The next day, Taegu rolled up to a rival gang's turf, looking for some payback. There's some major beef between these two gangs. They'd been fighting over territory, and this rival gang is holding some of Taegu's guys hostage. This other gang is larger and more formidable. The director of that gang starts running his mouth, warning Taegu that they're only letting his guys live out of respect, because Chairman Do of their gang wants to bring Taegu over to their side. But Taegu is loyal to the core, and he shuts that offer down hard. After that, Taegu goes to see the doctor to get the results of the bone marrow registry for his sister, but it's a no-go. They're half-siblings, so they're not a match. Since they can't find a donor, his sister has little time left. Taegu is sitting, deep in thought, in the hospital waiting area. Suddenly, his phone rings, it's his sister. They're talking for a few seconds when the call just cuts out. Then, in the pouring rain, there's this horrific car accident. Taegu is there on the side of the road, his eyes fix on that familiar iPad box. The accident took both his sister and his niece. They are gone. At the funeral, Chairman Yang from Taegu's gang shows up to pay his respects. Taegu trusts Yang more than anyone, except maybe his family. He has been with him from the very start. The two of them are talking. Yang says that it was Taegu's niece's birthday, but that Chairman Do of the other gang did something awful, so awful, just because he failed to drag him to his side. Taegu just listens in silence. Are you going to see him? What do you intend to do? Isn't that what you want to? That night, Taegu sets up a meeting with Chairman Do at a bathhouse. Do offers his condolences for Taegu's loss and promises him he'll find the guy who did it and hand him over. Taegu responds that anyway, if Chairman Do didn't do it, then I'll see it as an accident. Chairman Do seems very pleased. He tries once again to lure him to their gang, but Taegu, instead of answering, asks to go take a cold bath before returning. Taegu heads over to the bathhouse pool area. He's got to get his head straight. He grabs a couple of buckets of ice-cold water and just dumps them over himself, bam. Now he's wide awake. Then, Taegu spots the chairman's goons standing guard by the door. His hand finds a knife hidden amongst the buckets, and he slowly walks toward the bathroom. He takes out the guards before they even know what's happening. Then, Taegu storms inside and stabs Chairman Do. All you see are spurts of blood. After that, he washes the blood off his body and climbs out of the bathroom window. He gets into a car parked right there and peels out. Early the next morning, Director Yang is waiting for Taegu at the airport. He hands him a bag of cash and a new ID. Yang tells him to head to Jeju Island, and someone will pick him up in a week to take him by sea to Russia. As soon as Taegu leaves, his gang starts their move. All hell breaks loose, and a full blood war erupts instantly. With the other gang without a head, they launch an all-out attack on every front to seize territory. Blood spills everywhere, but Taegu is on the sidelines. He did his part. When Taegu gets off the plane, it's pouring rain. He's about to light a cigarette when he gets a call from a woman. Her name is Jae-yun. She tells him she's there to pick him up instead of her uncle, because he's got company. Turns out, Director Yang set this up, so he goes with her. The atmosphere in the car is super tense. Taegu goes to roll down the window to catch a little of that sea breeze, but Jae-yun gets all annoyed, saying the wind will mess up her hair and she won't be able to drive. So, Taegu sheepishly rolls the window back up. Talk about awkward. Meanwhile, this older dude is pulling guns out of the bellies of dead fish. This is Kudo, the guy Yang asked to take care of Taegu. He used to be a big-time gangster himself, but now he's laying low, running an arms-dealing business. Today, his clients are some shady guys with ties to the Russian mafia. They're buying guns to sell to the Japanese Yakuza, but they are not happy that he is not selling guns to them. He doesn't care and kicks them out. Back at the house, Jae-yun has brought Taegu back. He doesn't feel welcome. Kudo asks, "How long are you staying?" Taegu replies, "I'm staying a week, then heading to Russia." Jae-yun scoffs. "Going to start a revolution over there?" She takes his bowl away before he's even finished eating, leaving Taegu totally confused. That night, Taegu tries to call his crew back home, but no one answers. He knows his gang is going to go after the other guys now that he's gone, and he's worried. Meanwhile, back in the city, Director Yang is sweating bullets, waiting for news about the war. Suddenly, one of his guys runs in and reports, "We lost Director Ma." Yang goes ballistic, cursing, "Losing anyone else is fine, but Director Ma? This is seriously bad news for him." And to make matters worse, Chairman Du is still alive. He got emergency treatment and pulled through. Just then, Director Ma from the rival gang calls. Yang answers, trembling. On the other end of the line, Director Ma growls, warning Yang about his reckless move. "I'm gonna cut you open and see what you ate that made you so bold." With that, he walks over to Yang's captured guys. He grabs a knife and starts cutting off their ears, then sends them to Yang as a message. Yang is desperate. He goes to see Du Seo, a corrupt prosecutor, to spill everything and beg for help. He knows that since this move failed, he is going to lose his life. Seeing how desperate Yang is, the prosecutor makes a call. The person he calls is Director Ma from Buksong. Back on Jeju Island with Taegu, he wakes up early in the morning. He's about to light a cigarette when he hears gunshots. He goes outside, and it's Jae-yun, shooting at bottles. And she's good like Deadeye good. Just when Taegu is checking out her skills, he sees Jae-yun put the gun to her head. Freaked out, he runs over. Jae-yun doesn't drop the gun, and she pulls the trigger, scaring the crap out of Taegu. But the gun is empty. Jae-yun just glances at him and walks away like nothing happened. This girl is something else. Taegu's day continues. He can't sleep, because the memories of the morgue keep replaying in his head. He ends up staying awake all night. Taegu walks outside the house in the morning and sees Jae-yun's car parked there. Suddenly, the car horn starts blaring, waking him up. He runs over and sees Jae-yun slumped over the steering wheel with a needle in her arm. He's completely panicked. Before he knows what to do, Kudo runs up. He tells Taegu to drive Jae-yun to the hospital. Turns out, Jae-yun has a serious illness that can't be treated in Korea, so he is saving money to send her to America. Even then, the success rate is only 20%, and without treatment, Jae-yun won't last another month. Hearing this, Taegu is speechless. The two men look out at the pouring rain. On the mainland, the prosecutor has set up a meeting between Yang and Director Ma. As soon as Yang arrives at the table, Director Ma grabs him by the throat. Prosecutor Du Seo tries to mediate, saying, "Anyway, Chairman Du is still alive." Director Ma took out a few of Yang's guys. "Can't we work this out?" Of course, Director Ma isn't happy with that. He's not about to let this slide. But Prosecutor Du Seo isn't about to let these gangsters disrespect him in front of his face. He turns to them and asks, "You think just because I'm sitting here eating with you, we're friends? I've got a performance review coming up, and look at the mess you guys made." Seeing that, Director Ma backs down, saying, "Okay, fine. At least get me a decent price for this." Prosecutor Du Seo then gives them a proposal. Yang has his boss backing him, so we can't just kill him right now. Bring Taegu here. He's the one who attacked Chairman Du. Let Director Ma take care of him and pin everything on Taegu. Then, clean everything up and let it end like that. It's the most logical way. Director Yang doesn't argue with this. Meanwhile, back on Jeju Island, Jae-yun wakes up. Kudo has company, so Taegu is waiting for her. Jae-yun gets up and changes clothes right there, not caring that Taegu is watching. Then, the two of them drive home. On the way, Jae-yun asks Taegu, "You want to tell me something? Do you feel sorry for me because I'm dying?" Taegu doesn't know what to say to Jae-yun acting like that. Jae-yun tells him she wants to go eat. They end up at a live fish stew restaurant. Jae-yun says that dying isn't a big deal, but if she doesn't get to eat this fish stew, she'll really regret it. Seeing that Taegu isn't touching his food, Jae-yun asks, "You don't know how to eat this? That's a waste." Jae-yun starts eating like there's no tomorrow. Taegu is about to take a bite when she orders more drinks. Jae-yun hands Taegu a drink, but he doesn't take it. Taegu then asks, "How are you so good with a gun?" She says, "There's nothing special about it. Just think about the people you've killed." Taegu then takes a sip of his drink, since he has to drive. Jae-yun assures him that there's never any drunk driving checkpoints on Jeju Island. Of course, they get pulled over for a DUI checkpoint. Luckily, Taegu only took a sip, so he's fine, and his fake ID hasn't been discovered. On the other hand, Jae-yun is drunk and fighting with the officer. On the way back, Taegu gets a call from Director Yang. He tells him that he's coming tomorrow. Taegu then asks why he can't get in touch with his crew. Yang says that because the plan failed, they all ran away. He's also going to Russia with him and tells him not to leave any traces. Back in the car, Jae-yun has sobered up. She turns to him and asks, "What did you do to run away to far-off Russia?" Of course, Taegu doesn't say a word. Seeing that Jae-yun is still asking questions, he angrily stops the car. "That's enough. I told you not to say anything." Jae-yun isn't scared and says, "So, you really did something big." This touches a nerve with Taegu and angers him, but he can't bring himself to hurt her. Besides, Jae-yun is still wearing that defiant expression, the recklessness of someone who's about to die. Taegu ignores her and continues driving home. Back at Jae-yun's place, Kudo is in the middle of a deal with those same gangsters from before, but this time they turn on him. Kudo pulls out his gun and starts firing. The gunshots alert the Russian mobsters who are waiting outside. Just then, Taegu and Jae-yun arrive. Seeing the strange cars and the Russians outside, he knows something is wrong. As more gunshots erupt inside, a shootout breaks out. Jae-yun reacts instantly, shooting the mobsters in the car. Taegu finishes off the rest inside. Kudo has the upper hand now that he has a gun. He tells them to hand over the money, but then another Russian gangster appears from outside and starts shooting into the house. Kudo fires back, but they both end up dead in the crossfire. As the door opens, they see Kudo lying on the floor, bleeding out, barely clinging to life. Just as one of the guys is about to attack Jae-yun, Taegu steps in and takes the boss hostage. Seeing this, the guys drop their knives. Kudo manages to get out a few last words to Jae-yun before he dies. The boss takes advantage of Taegu not paying attention and pulls out a knife to make a run for it. The men get closer to Jae-yun as she shoots and kills them. Seeing this, Taegu goes over to her and gently grabs her hand. He knows how much it hurts to lose someone. Then he grabs the money and guns and pulls Jae-yun away. But she's not in her right mind anymore. She's screaming and crying, so Taegu has to carry her out of there. Because of all the stress, Jae-yun's sickness flares up. Taegu puts his hand in her mouth to make sure she doesn't bite her tongue. To avoid causing them trouble, Jae-yun can only tell her neighbors that her uncle is fixing the house, so they need to stay here for a few days. Seeing Taegu, they mistake him for her boyfriend. That night, Taegu and Jae-yun are sitting on the beach, drinking. "Are you okay? Do I look okay? I hate people who know I'm not okay but still ask if I'm okay. Am I okay? Do I look okay? I also hate people who know I'm not okay at all." Jae-yun starts to tell her story. A long time ago, Kudo's actions led to a Russian gang killing her whole family. So he took revenge and wiped out the whole gang. Yet you gangsters treat him like a legend. It would have been enough if he had just died. Why did my family have to die? I cursed him every day to die, but now that he's dead, I don't know why it hurts so much. I'm all alone now, and I don't have much longer to live. Why does everyone keep leaving me? After Taegu brings Jae-yun back to her room, he thinks she's asleep and is about to leave when Jae-yun suddenly asks, "Do you want to sleep with me? I'm not afraid of being judged. I mean, I'm gonna die soon anyway." Taegu immediately replies, "But I'm not okay with it. I don't sleep with anyone who invites me." He says it coldly and leaves. Jae-yun lies down and curses him under her breath. Right after, the door opens, making her sit up hopefully, but Taegu just comes back to check if the door is locked before leaving. That small gesture makes Jae-yun smile. That night, Taegu is restless and can't fall asleep, knowing that tomorrow is the day he leaves. Jae-yun, in the next room, is also tossing and turning, unable to sleep. The next day, the two of them go out for breakfast together. Seeing that Taegu can eat the raw fish stew, Jae-yun is a bit surprised. "You can eat this. Not only can I eat it, but I like it. When I was little, we lived near the sea. Whenever we didn't have anything to eat, my mom would go to the seafood market and pick up the leftover fish to make this. That's why my sister hates it, but strangely, I really like it because every time I eat it, I remember my mom." After that, the two of them go for a walk on the beach. Neither of them says much, but Jae-yun can lean on Taegu for support now. They walk along in silence. After the two of them get back to the guest house, Taegu asks Jae-yun to borrow her car to go to the airport and leave, but Jae-yun immediately grabs his arm. "Don't you think something's weird? Haven't you been able to get in touch with your crew? Don't go. I have a bad feeling. I don't want to be alone." But in the end, Taegu doesn't listen to her and decides to leave anyway. Meanwhile, at the airport, Yang and director Ma have arrived with their crews. It seems like they were planning to catch him all along. As Taegu arrives at the airport, he immediately notices something strange. Suddenly, he gets a call from one of his crew members. He tells him that Yang has betrayed them. Right then, he sees Yang on the other side of the phone, and his call gets cut off. Sensing danger, he tries to walk past Yang's men, but Yang spots him. Taegu immediately takes off running. Yang's men chase after him. Taegu puts everything he has into fighting off the guys chasing him. He gets to a car and they immediately give chase. During the chase, they try to ram Taegu's car off the road. Finally, one of their cars flips over, and Taegu's car gets hit head-on. Injured from the crash, Taegu still fights off the gang members rushing him. He pulls out the car keys, takes them out one by one, then makes a bloody escape. As the cops arrive, he steals a car and drives off. Yang, unable to reach Taegu, becomes the target of Director Ma's anger. Under pressure, Yang says that Taegu has a close lieutenant who's been captured, and they can use him to force Taegu to show up. Director Ma is disgusted by Yang. "You're a monster. Get away from me." Taegu drives back and goes to find Jae-yun, but she's not there. When he asks the owners of the guest house, he learns she's gone back to his place. He calls her frantically, telling her to come back, but Jae-yun doesn't listen and goes inside. Taegu feels hopeless and drives there. On the way, he gets a call from Yang. He threatens, "If you don't come, I'll kill all your men." Then Director Ma gets on the phone and says, "If you come, I'll give you a gift. If you don't come, I'll kill Jae-yun too." Hearing that they've captured Jae-yun, he stops the car. He tells them he'll come, but he wants to see Jae-yun first. Director Ma puts Jae-yun on the phone. She tells him not to come, saying she's going to die anyway. Taegu replies, "So am I. Don't you want to be alone?" Taegu drives to the location. Director Ma's men are waiting. They search him, then rush him, attacking him relentlessly. They beat him to a pulp, leaving him covered in blood. They drag him inside, in front of Yang and Ma. He ignores them and looks over at Jae-yun. "Are you okay? Still okay? Are you okay? How can I be? But thanks for asking anyway." Taegu then tells Director Ma to keep his promise and release his men. But when one of the men calls, he discovers that Taegu's crew has already been killed. He turns to Yang asking, "Did you do this?" Director Ma is furious. "We're gangsters, but you're a dirty dog." Hearing this, Taegu gets angry. He wants to attack, but they're holding him back. "If I wasn't told not to kill you, I'd cut you open." Yang remains defiant, continuing to attack him. Director Ma can't stand to watch and punches him in the face. "You dirty dog. Don't make me get my hands dirty. You're not even human." Then he turns to Taegu. "I promised you a gift, right? About the deaths of your sister and niece. On the orders of Chairman Du, I investigated, and it wasn't us. Guess who it was?" That's when Taegu realizes that Yang was behind his sister and niece's deaths all along. He feared that if Taegu switched gangs, he would lose everything. So he coldly killed his loved ones and blamed it on Chairman Du. Director Ma then tells his men to release Taegu so he can attack Yang. As Taegu is choking Yang, Director Ma gives Yang a knife to attack Taegu. This Director Ma is truly a cruel man. He sits back and watches Taegu and Yang tear each other apart. Taegu focuses all his anger, ignoring the pain, to try and kill Yang. Even if he dies, he's taking Yang with him. But Director Ma orders his men to stop him, despite Jae-yun's desperate pleas. One of the men stabs Taegu, and he collapses. Director Ma steps forward and says that he really wanted to kill Yang as a gift for him. But this is where it ends. Then he stabs Taegu. After that, each of his men takes turns stabbing him. Jae-yun is in unbearable pain. She crawls over to him, tears streaming down her face. Taegu says, "Why are you crying? Don't cry for me for nothing." Jae-yun shakes her head. "I'm not crying. Why would I cry for you? Hey, don't talk like that. I'll die before you, you little brat." Those words manage to make Jae-yun smile. Their last words hold a glimmer of hope amidst their tragic lives. Yang steps forward, pushes Jae-yun away, and plunges the knife into Taegu's neck, ending his already fading life. Jae-yun is speechless. She kneels and closes Taegu's open eyes. That bastard Yang wants to finish her off, but Director Ma stops him. "You piece of trash. Look at yourself. You're the one who should be lying here, you bastard." Then he orders his men to clean up the scene. They douse the warehouse in gasoline and set it on fire. Jae-yun watches the flames engulf everything, then turns and walks away. Yang manages a final, twisted smile. Jae-yun returns to Taegu's room. She sits there silently until morning. She calls and asks for the address of the raw fish stew restaurant frequented by Director Ma's gang. Then, she gets on her motorcycle and rides off alone. On that familiar road, She arrives at the restaurant, grabs Taegu's bag, carries it inside, and coldly walks in. She enters and surveys the scum leisurely drinking and eating. She turns around and locks the door. One of the guys walks over, saying teasingly, "Come on, come have a drink with us." The others laugh at her. As he turns back, her gun is against his chin, killing the scumbag instantly. Then, Jae-yun starts firing at the people in the restaurant. No one escapes her gun. Director Ma hears the commotion and comes out to check. He sees that she's reloading. As one of his men is about to rush her, she shoots him dead. Director Ma is left outside, abandoned by his men. He accepts his fate. Jae-yun coldly shoots him dead. She goes inside the restaurant, expends every last bullet she has. The man in black who killed Kudo, the bastard who was behind Taegu's death. Jae-yun isn't firing just one bullet. She is making sure that she won't see them again. She walks out into the carnage, the aftermath of the massacre. She walks over to the bike, goes towards the beach, and everything has come to an end.